Hey everyone, welcome to a very special video. Today what I wanted to do was to quickly show you guys the 3DS version of Dragon Quest XI. This is one of my earlier saves that I have in the game, and I really wanted to show you guys the retro areas and just the retro sort of feel that this game gives off, and some of the features and stuff that you have and that you can do. So what we're seeing right here is basically the regular 3DS version, or like the 3D 3DS version. So this is modeled very much after Dragon Quest 7 and 8. So if you've played those, you should recognize this. And yes, of course, it's off camera because I don't have the ability to record without off screen. Anyways, you visit a church, click 2D mode like you're seeing here, and voila! So here you go. As you can see, the game dramatically changes, right? I mean dramatically. This looks like a Super Famicom game. And it's one of the reasons why I absolutely love it. I mean, look at this. Just look at this. You even get the retro-inspired music, the old school style layout for the battles and stuff. I just think it's absolutely wonderful. I think it's absolutely incredible. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show a little bit of this stuff, and then we're going to zip on over to the Ochi village and we will highlight the legit retro areas. And I think it's really, really cool what they've done. So this is one of the things that you can do. There's Yoshi that are spread around all over the place, and you can go and talk to them, and they're different skill levels, which that guy was just a rank A. And yeah, there you go. So you'll see, I'm doing the voiceover after I actually recorded the footage. So you'll see here's the world map, and you can just go around, get sucked into battles, and so on and so forth. Now the only negative thing I guess I could say is the fact that the enemies don't animate. That's the only real criticism that I have with this particular version of the game. Other than that, this is like an incredible version of the game. And in fact, I've said this before, I believe that this is actually the best version of the game. Okay, I think I go a little bit further and then we're out of here. If you're wondering, I have it set to auto fight, so that's actually what's happening right now. This version, why I say it's so incredible, is because of all the nostalgia. It's just, there's something really special about being able to play the game in 3D and being able to play the whole game in 2D. Like, the amount of work that went into this game is incredible. I have nothing else to say. I mean, it really is incredible what these guys did. I'm just floored, and it is such a shame. It is such a crying shame that we will not receive this in North America. And that's why I'm showing you this stuff. I'm showing you stuff that I didn't show you before because I wanted to keep it a little bit, like, not secret, but a little bit spoiler free. But at this particular point in time, there's really no point. There's really no point at all. I'm going to go ahead and spoil some of the stuff because we know now that the game is not coming out in North America. Okay, so here we go. So someone was not arguing, but was debating that the 3DS version didn't have more content, and I was very perplexed. You see this area here? This area is 100% unique to the 3DS version. It is not in the PlayStation 4, nor will it be in the PC version of the game. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to switch back to 3D mode, and I'm doing that on purpose just to show you the difference. You saw how small the village was, right? Well, now you're going to see it's going to get a lot larger. Like, there'll be stairs and stuff, you see? So it's actually significantly larger. Like, there's a whole other area down below that I didn't show. So in this particular save, I haven't finished everything here. But each one of these pedestals is a different Dragon Quest game. So what we're about to do now, there's 5 on the right, 5 on the left. I don't know why I picked 9 first, but this is the area for Dragon Quest 9. And this should look immediately familiar to everyone because this is at the very early onset portion of the game. This is like the world tree, basically. And I'm just going to run around really, really quickly and show you guys all the difference. So I'm going to show you all 10 Dragon Quest games, and it's one of the reasons why I say this is like one of the best, if not the best, Dragon Quest ever released, because of the nostalgia, because of how it ties into all the rest of the series. It's just so damn cool. So I think I showed 10 next. Or maybe not. Nope, we're going to 8. Okay, so now see here, you have different options. Well, those options will actually take you to different areas or different times. So here I've got the dude blocking this area. You should remember this as well with the saber cats. And there's other areas or other times where this area will have progressed ever so slightly. But in some of the other Dragon Quest games, it's entirely new areas. Now, they're all little small areas. They're not giant areas, but they're all quest related. So there's all stuff that you're doing. There's a reason why you're here. And we're just going to walk around. I'm just going to really quickly show you guys. Let's go talk to the cat. Meow. And we'll be off. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just really quickly gonna show you guys all the different videos, the areas. I think now we're gonna head on over to 10 because they're all unlocked. Some of them have active missions and other ones don't. The ones that are glowing are the ones that have active missions. Okay, so here's 10, and this should look familiar to anyone who's completed the offline mode. And this is essentially the area where you get to pick your character, well, where their soul is going to be sort of resurrected. And there's not really much to do right here in this, but it's pretty cool to see, because this is actually all new, because 10 is actually streaming on the 3DS. So this is actually, that was all recreated just for this game, whereas a lot of the other ones are actually using some of the original assets and stuff like that. Okay, so now we've done 8, 9, 10, we're going to go to 7. And 7, I think, is the mine. Yeah, it's the mine. Okay, so again, this should look very familiar. These assets were ripped directly from the 3DS remakes of 7 and 8. And I actually wanted to show you guys a battle or two. And I think this is pretty damn cool. Honestly, I think this is really awesome. And boy, the gear that these guys are wearing isn't that great. There's significantly better gear that I could get them. Anyways, just go around. It's the full thing though. It's like a full-on dungeon. And then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I was debating, should I go? Yeah, let's go beat him. These guys are good to get some cash from. I have the hero set to manual. Oh, he does have some pretty good. Oh, he's got the sword, that's why. And he's got some decent armor. But at this point in the game, I didn't unlock all the different outfits and stuff like that. See, this is what I was saying too in a previous video where I was like, this version is actually harder to import because you don't get all the cues you get with the PlayStation 4 version. Okay, so that was 7. Now we're just going to go backwards all the way to 1. So we'll go tackle 6 next. So we did 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, alright, and you unlock these by playing the mini game that I showed in another video several months ago. Probably even last year. Alright, so here we go, 6. And you really see that this is basically 6. And it's cool, like the colors and the plant designs and all that are all the original, even the fire and stuff, and it's just super cool. And I love how they redid the sprites for your character. I think that's really, well, your character, your party. I think it's really well done. Alright, let's jump down to Dragon Quest V. So that was on the Super Famicom. Now, Dragon Quest V was also on the Super Famicom, and 6 and 5 were the ones that, unfortunately, were never released in North America on the Super NES, which sucks. So, again, I'm just going to show the first area here. I could do a real in-depth, but it would be a couple hours long, where I would show every little thing. So here, this does look a little more primitive than the last one. And rightfully so, because Dragon Quest V was indeed more primitive than Dragon Quest VI. It was actually a really simple looking game for its time, and I love how this area sort of captures that. I like how you can see my face in the reflection here. And you can even tell with the music and stuff is so well done. Just so well done. Oh, I hit the camera there. It's so wicked. Absolutely love this. And just capturing this footage for you guys was kind of funny. I was immediately taken back and like, wow, this really is such a good version of this game. Okay, so we'll go back. And now we'll show you 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, let's head to Dragon Quest IV. Okay, so here, if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the... Yeah, okay. So now we are in Famicom graphics, and you can really tell the difference, right? Like, we've gone Omega simple here. And you remember this dungeon? The only thing is, that isn't NES. Like, those guys look way too good to be NES. But do you remember this dungeon? The one with all the arrows pointing everywhere? It's from late in the game. Was it late in the game? It's actually a good question. Just healing all my characters. See? Beep, 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 beep. And I love how slow they walk, and the sprites for your team is just brilliant. Like, this is really, really well done. So we have the same sort of enemy. And the hero, man, look at that, man. 297 just with a basic attack. Dude is a powerhouse. Alright. Okay. I think we get out of here. You get the idea, though. Do I go down? I don't remember if I go down or not. I'm gonna get sucked into another battle, yeah. Boom. Okay. This was such a good game, and it's a real criming shame that this is not going to be released in North America. Like, I can't even begin to tell you guys. So, okay, I'm not going to go through the whole dungeon here. This is ridiculous. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast escape, and we're just going to get out of here. Pew. And now we have 3, 2, and 1. Now, 3 is a very special game to the Japanese, and that's because it remains like they consider it one of the greatest video games ever made. And so, because of that, instead of showing you the Famicom version, what they did was they showed you the Super Famicom remake. And that's what this is here, and this is, in my opinion, is the best version of this game. It's a shame that this was the only area I had unlocked right now, but there's more to it than just this. There we go. See, because like I hadn't finished all of this at this time when I recorded this. Okay, so 2 and 1 and we're done. Such a great game, man. Alright, so Dragon Quest II, we're getting really old school now, man. We're going way back. So here we go, nice, simple. It's still nice though. This still looks like the remake on the SNES. That doesn't look like the original NES one. They still look too nice. But that's what's cool about this, is that you get to experience all of these different things in this particular version, and you get these quests that are associated with all of these games. And I honestly think this could be, this version, this not version, but what you're seeing right here may actually be a part of why this game didn't come out here. In the sense that we don't have the connection to this series that the Japanese do. And it's a real shame, because like this whole section here to North Americans could be very confusing, in the sense like there's a Dragon Quest X, really? Where? You know, type of thing. And when you see and play Super Famicom versions of some of these games, you might be very confused in the sense of, well, like, what the hell's happening here? Anyways, here's the original Dragon Quest. Such a classic now, man. Such a classic. And so there you go. That's just a very, very, very quick look at the retro areas from all 10 of the previous Dragon Quest games that are featured in Dragon Quest XI. And like I say, this is just a very quick look at these different areas. They are expanded ever so slightly once you start to unlock more and more quests. And with that, I shall say thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you all in the next video.